But that work doesn't happen without money, right? And so we are going to hear from, I think, in our last piece of business, a mill levy override citizens oversight committee. Is that correct, Dr. Phillips?
Yes, I'd like to welcome Dr. Ken Humphreys to the podium, and if he would please introduce the members of his team who are here tonight. Ken has been chairing our Citizens Oversight Committee. Interesting enough, we just had a lot of conversation about the work we're advancing in District 6, and I think you can see how the mill levy override dollars are directly impacting our success with our student learning and achievement goal here in the district. And Dr. Humphreys has been responsible, along with his colleagues, to work with us on a regular basis since the passing of the mill levy override to ensure that we are spending the dollars the way that we have promised. So, Dr. Humphreys, I'm going to turn it over to you now, please.
Retired President, Dr. DeWitt, new President, Mr. Matthews, board, members of the board.
Can you speak up?
And,
There you go.
that better?
Yep.
Dr. Pilch. I'll do that first. To thank you, first of all, for appointing some such super people through the two committees that you had, the Accountability Committee in the district and the Business, not Accountability, Business Committee, but two of the people that are here, some of you may know this gentleman back here, Mr. Tall, Mike Frick, a retired CPA, well known for his board work on other different committees. He's also from Greeley. Leslie McGrew, Greeley, who previously served on the Accountability Committee in the district and is driving every day to Aurora to work with children, child support services. First of all, again, thank you very much. And I'd like to also thank Dr. Pilch for her very clear direction and encouragement for the committee, her guidance, and particularly for us to emphasize accountability and transparency. And the other ladies that are here, two of them at least, Megan Sponsler, Chief Financial Officer, and Mandy Hydock, Director of Finance, and their administrative assistant, Jean Smith, who worked very hard preparing very detailed reports for us, very diligently, reports that we reviewed at every meeting, and they also kept us well fed. In review, just very briefly, the purpose of the Citizens Override Committee was to scrutinize the spending of the mill levy override dollars. And we expected to meet at least quarterly. We've probably exceeded that by now, to review the spending of the dollars and ensuring that it's in accordance with the ballot language and the promises that were made during the 2017 MLO campaign. Two questions. Is the district living up to its commitments, to the commitments it made at that time? Is there communication with the public? I can answer both those by saying yes. What we've seen is happening. Just very briefly to give you an overview of what we've been doing, which I'm sure you've received the reports from Megan and Mandy. We've had at least 4 meetings, the last one being on November 27th, and we reviewed mill levy spending reports at each meeting. We also felt it was important through the committee to visit to see some of the programs that had been approved using the MLO dollars. So we visited Greeley West on September 22nd, and Jeff Cranston gave us a very good overview of the automated locking system and the new security cameras that were going to be placed and were already placed. We observed the Raptor visit and volunteer management system checking in, so anytime now we go back, I know what to do. I think we know what to do. And most impressively, too, the AVID program. We observed and actually got a chance to participate in that. Unfortunately, the paper had a picture. We had a presentation by the Business Community Partnership Administrator, C.J. Renaud, at our last meeting, which was very interesting. And we have received and reviewed the MLO spending reports that you have received as a board from each of the non-charter and charter schools, January to June 2018. We've also received an indication of their plans for 2018-2019. We've discussed, as many people have, the district's transportation situation. And we requested just recently that the district request to be received by mid-January updated reports from all the charter schools that would contain more detailed information regarding each of their plans relative to the use of the MLO dollars. That's my brief report. Questions? I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and we do have a fine group of citizens. It's interesting to have some interesting discussions, and it's a privilege to be able to do this for you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just say I think that this, the inclusion of the Citizens Oversight Committee was very important for the passage of this MLO. And so we thank you for your work and your time and producing for our students.